Dating. I've got so many questions about this.
It's so important.
Yeah. What type of things can Black women do to show that we are supportive of your goals and your dreams?
Yeah, that's a great question. I appreciate you asking that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you ladies, if we can genuinely care about the well-being of a person before we actually look for a romantic position, I think if we can go back to creating real, true friendships, because the people you come in contact with, it doesn't have to turn out to be a romantic endeavor. It doesn't have to do that. You might meet somebody who's going to be your business partner. You might meet somebody who is going to be your client or someone you can collab with. But if you're so focused on, they so fine, let me see what that's about, then you're gonna bypass all the other potentials. And we know how those blurred lines can go.
What does a healthy relationship look like for the Black community?
That's good. Transparency. Transparency is going to be the first thing because, again, we like to look good. That's our thing. We like to look good. That goes back. That dates back.
That Nigerian.
That's right. The gold.
My brother.
My sister.
Look at your clothes. I could go through this whole bit. Let me just stop right here.
Right, but it's so true. If we can just find out and be truly interested in the mental well-being and the mental state. I know for me, it's so important where my energy goes. Like when I was younger, if you find, you got a chance, right? But
it was good hair back in the day. You had a nice smile, some hazel eyes, and some good hair.
A little shape on you. Yeah. Let me talk to her. I'll be right back, fellas.
Right.
And they already know what it is, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you good, bro? So, right now, it's interesting because, again, we look so good on the outside, and I've dated women that look absolutely amazing, great careers, and things like that. And once we get serious, she dropped the bomb on me like I'm a therapist.
Uh-oh.
And lets me know what's really going on because she hasn't had anyone with no history to be able to have these conversations.
Is that a bad thing?
It can be because I'm not your therapist. Yeah, so if I'm your therapist, then what's the therapist's job?
So the therapist, the ideology behind therapy, that's a new concept for our culture and our community.
I think so. When you talk about it publicly, but I think that we've been sending folks to counseling and therapy for a while, just not been very vocal about it. You have to understand that there's different households with different resources. So the household that may not have the finances or may not be inept to understand that I need some help. You can't just keep calling folks crazy, right? Because that's been going on for decades. Oh, they just crazy. Something wrong with them, right? But what are you going to do to contribute to give that person some help besides isolate them, besides talk about them, besides just wait for them to die? I mean, that's real life if we're talking about our culture. You put Uncle Larry in that back room and you feed him, and he's good
3
when he
times
comes
a day.
out. Come on,
and nobody goes in there to bother him.
3 hots in a cot. He in jail.
Basically.
Uncle Larry is in damn
and
jail.
We all know not to go in that room longer than 3 minutes. Something bad gonna happen.
Right. Then find out Uncle Larry got 20 grand in the TV.
Okay,
right.
hiding underneath the mattress.
Facts.
What things, and I know all women want to know this, and you can start off by saying what I just repeated, but what things, I'm a Black woman, what does this Black man want from me as a Black woman?
That's good. He wants who you are to the core. You take away your PhD, you take away your Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, your $500,000 home. Who are you outside of that? Because if you take all that away, what is your goals? Like, would your goal be to get that back, or would your goal be to establish a healthy, progressive relationship that you can build a strong foundation with? I think that we've gotten to the point to where, and to be very transparent, I want to dig a little bit further. We are dealing with the result of a lot of black women that have had their backs against the wall, right? Buddy left. He didn't want to be there, or whatever the case is. You really didn't want him to be, whatever the case is. So she's had to do whatever she had to do. So whether that is, get an education, or whether that is to get a back page. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. You're going to catch that one. Craigslist still exists. So, but she's had to do whatever she had to do, right? And so now she's at the point to where, okay, you left me with no finances. Now I have finances, so I'm going to choose differently now, right? I'm going to lead with I have options now. They call it masculine energy, but I just call it empowerment. They call it empowerment. I call it empowerment. So, but the catch is going to be, who are you to the core? Like, are you just trying to make up for lost time? Are you trying to show people that, this is what it is, regardless if you helped me in the past or not? But it goes back to when I asked, do you feel like that you're brought to this earth to be here alone or not? So you're going to have to make a decision on what it's going to take for me to find someone who is outside of chemistry, outside of compatibility, but someone who's actually aligned with your purpose.
Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and comment. You never know when I might be in the comments. And also, thank you guys for continuing to watch.